Hi, welcome to this Washington DC Museum review on video. The Capitol, world-famous scenic spot in the heart of Washington DC. A 4 minutes walk from this white dome of democracy, you find the National Museum of the American Indians. Let's review this museum. If you want to visit the National Museum of the American Indians, I recommend you to travel by metro. It's a 5 minutes walk from the metro station L'Enfant Plaza to the museum. Soon you will see the architecture of this museum, very remarkable. Look at all those curved lines. The Native American architect Douglas Cardinal intended to evoke a wind-sculpt rock formation, well known from Indian territories in the West. Some of the specimens you can already see in the landscaping around the building. This is a cotton plant. And here native Indian teepees. Enter the building and you find yourself in a spacious atrium. Look up and follow these spiral shapes, pointing out to a daylight circle on top. Maybe the eye symbol of the Great Spirit? In this atrium, there is a kind of a conference center. You see all the flags of the Indian nations. And on the right side, a nice totem pole. And a Native American boat. I'm a citizen from the old world, from Europe. As a boy, I had the romantic idea of the Indians. Inspired by the movies and cartoons based on the stories of Carl May and Walt Disney. Oh yes, this was my favorite Disney cartoon character in those days. Well, this museum completely destroys this romantic image. Let's explore the museum collection. Just some facts. The museum has 4 floors, including a gift shop and a restaurant. Every year, approximately 2 million people are visiting this museum. It has more than 250,000 specimens in the collection, and it takes 3 to 4 hours to visit the museum. The lady at the desk advised us to start at the 4th floor. There you find all the treaties the white men had made with the Indian nations. At first, such a treaty was symbolized by beautiful handmade bells. Soon these treaties turned out to be big lies on paper. All that mattered to the whites was an unending desire for more land. And the Indians? They fought the settlers who kept coming, despite all those treaties. In the museum you see a lot about the famous Battle of Little Big Horn. For instance, this wall painting of the battle from native perspective. In the museum you also learn a lot about the removal act of President Jackson. In 1830 he encouraged Congress to adopt this act that promised the Indian tribes land west of the Mississippi if they would give up their homelands. Approximately 60,000 native people were forced to make a voyage that turned out to be a trail of tears. Some 15,000 native people died during this relocation. We now would call it genocide. All because of the never-ending greed of land of white people. And as a white person, I found this very confronting. Visiting this museum, you feel ashamed over so much injustice done to the native nations. There are also many beautiful things to see in this museum. You learn more about the pottery and the baskets. Sorry folks for the reflection in the glass. About music instruments, clothing and artifacts of the native life. And about the wisdom of these free nations. Admire all kinds of contemporary art that native artists have made. In the Metsitam Cafe in the museum, you can enjoy the culinary traditions of Native Americans. Personally, I like this menu of tamale and squash soup. The museum has a free entry and is open daily from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Have a nice visit to this National Museum of the American Indians in Washington, D.C. And thank you for watching. I really do appreciate sharing this video. Thank you.